And so I think this is closer to the reality I see. I typically see developers and operators running at 1,000,000 miles an hour, creating new digital services and collaborating to push these out to users. Security, though, is typically only brought in at the last minute, so performing a risk evaluation of the application as a box-ticking exercise before it can be released. Often there's concerns that need to be addressed, defaults that might need to be tweaked, perhaps older libraries containing vulnerabilities are used in the application because the API has changed and it was too difficult to update the code. So the release is blocked while the team goes back to fix those issues. Or worse, the team is under pressure and the release goes ahead with those critical vulnerabilities present that can be exploited. So the cost of keeping the security team behind that wall of confusion is that they can't help to address issues during the development process. So in this example, developers and operators were collaborating really well. They had a tight deadline to get a new service out, and they worked well to meet that. But that meant they took some shortcuts. So in this case, that meant an unapproved web application firewall and accepting all the default configuration, including bypass settings. It also meant selecting a role for the WAF that had unnecessary permissions to read data just to get things working. So that service was subsequently exploited by a server-side request forgery technique. The role credentials were compromised, and the consequences were an $80 million civil penalty and the personal data exposed of 100 million customers.